Hello gardening friends, welcome to the Weekend Gardener. I'm John Dromgoole. Well, some of the nurseries are already carrying tomatoes, quite a few tomatoes. It's mid-February. We don't normally plant at this time, but I think that the year encourages everyone to get out there. But when it gets below 40 degrees, it's not a good idea to keep them uncovered. What we've done over the years is we plant them down deep in the soil. As you can see, this one is below the soil line, and we do it by digging a hole and putting a container in there with no bottom on it. Now the container fits down into the soil, and this will protect it. The soil temperature gives it quite a bit of protection too, and if it gets really cold, we'll come out here with a saucer or a little hat like this one and put it over it and protect it on a night like that. If it's breezy, you might go ahead and put a little rock on top of that. So some good compost, some nice tomatoes going into the ground or into pots right now. You can pot them up and grow them out that way. Not everybody has a garden, but you got to get started early. Why do people plant right now? Because the earlier the harvest, the sweeter the tomato. Once you get off into June, it's not the same tomato that it was a few weeks earlier. But people like also to brag about having the first tomato and walking around with it, and that's the other reason is bragging rights. So between having some nice fresh tomatoes, planting early, beating the season by harvesting in May, and longer than that, you can do a very good job of producing tomatoes, whether you do them in containers and you protect them on a cold night, or you put them in the ground out of the wind's way. You get that jump start, you can put a little cover on them, and that's the way we do it. So think about planting some tomatoes. Even though it's early, they're going to be for sale again in a couple of weeks. So give it a try. You're going to find out that the early tomato doesn't get the worm. We'll see you next week.